So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sharon Whiteman, and it's my great pleasure and privilege to be here with all of you every Saturday morning, along with my colleagues, Diana Hunter and Gary Knapp. Gary's had some internet issues today, so he's just dropped out, but I'm sure he'll be popping back in. Today, we're really excited to have Amanda Latrielle. Now, Amanda joined Mannatech in October 1996 after a 15-year career with the bank. She was working as an account manager. Once she saw what the company had discovered and patented, she was hooked. She went full-time with her Mannatech business in 1997 and hasn't looked back. She's built a multi-million-dollar business now and teaches and trains others so that they can also enjoy the life that they dream of. Amanda is also a motivational speaker. She has traveled all over North America building her business and training for Mannatech. She's a natural optimist and believes that everyone can be successful with their business if their desire is strong enough and if they are persistent and consistent. She is told that her enthusiasm is contagious, and she uses that gift to inspire and motivate others. She is committed to excellence and winning and wants all Mannatechers to find the same success that she has. She's such a passionate student of personal development, and we're going to be talking all things values, mindset, and our amazing company, Mannatech, and all it has to offer. Now, we will have a Q&A at the end if you have anything, so jot down anything that you want to ask Amanda. And Amanda, I'll hand over to you. Thank you so much for being here.
Well, Sharon, it's such my pleasure, and I love coming on these calls to Australia. I just feel so blessed that you would ask me, and I don't know, just make me feel like a rock star when you ask me.
You are a rock star, Amanda. So I'll sit back and learn. Thank you. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, not only that, but telling my story again just gets me so fired up that you are actually giving to me. So I need to thank you for inviting me on this call. You know, I think you have me about every quarter, and I'm always ready for it. So
you are.
Sharon, and I just want to, maybe shine a light to everyone today. I know that probably a lot of you are been with the company for some time, and that's where I am. I've been here with this company for 30 years, and I don't know where that time went, but it's funny. My husband was with the bank for 40 years, and we celebrated, and we had a big retirement party after 40 years, and it sounded so long. And then I said to him just the other day, do you know what? I've been with my company for 30 years. I'm right up there. So I'm going to start today with my story. And I'm going to go into some good detail with it because I think it can help everyone to understand maybe where they came from, what got them in the first place, what got them excited. And so it was, yes, 30 years ago. It just sounds crazy. But I was working for the bank in Canada, one of the large banks in Canada. I was an account manager, which was it was a good job. It took me 15 years to get there, and I had worked really hard to get there. And so when I really think back, I make it sound like a lot of times when I told my story that it was to get out of my job, but really in actual fact, when I joined Mannatech 30 years ago, the real reason was, when I thought about it, I wanted to go on a cruise, and my husband and I both worked for the bank, and I don't know, we just didn't seem to be getting anywhere. Like, we worked so hard, but so much of your money goes to taxes and, just living costs, and there was never that extra money for something like a boat cruise. So I was doing a course with Tony Robbins. I'm sure many of you have heard about him. He's an incredible, incredible motivational teacher and speaker. Anyway, it was a 30-day course, and he did a disc a day. So I did my disc a day, and I really honestly was starting that course just to see if it would help my job somehow, to help me get ahead in the corporate world, which is a tough old grind. Anyway, part of it, he got to a point where he said, you can have anything you want. You can have financial freedom. You can have time freedom if you want it. And I thought, well, I want that. That is for sure, because I was working like horrific hours. We didn't get paid overtime. I was commuting to work. I was away from my children. I was away from my husband. We would just run ragged on this, hamster wheel of life. And it just didn't seem healthy or good in any way. And the stress level, I was so stressed with this one particular boss I had a rash on my face. I mean, I took it on and I worked hard, and all of a sudden I just looked at it and I thought, they just don't pay me enough for what I have to do and what I have to know. But like I said, I started out just wanting this boat cruise. So then I was, that was Tony Robbins' course. That was nothing to do with Mannatech. So anyway, just one day, one of my clients was in my office. And like I said, I'd made it in the corporate world. I had my own office, the business, it's the whole enchilada. Anyway, I just said to her, "Oh, Linda, what are you up to these days?" And she goes, she was an airline hostess for Canadian. And she said, "Oh, I'm really excited. I just joined this company." And I just naturally would say, "Well, what is it?" And she said, "Well, it's these nutritional supplements." Well, I'm just embarrassed to say I probably rolled my eyes because I wasn't a person that took any supplements. I just thought I was fine, just working for 12 hours a day, in my early 40s. I was in my early 40s. And she goes, "Oh, no, no, no. They're really good products. And I know the difference because I've been in other companies and these are good." And I don't know why I asked her this, but I said, "Well, what are they from?" Like, I don't even know where that silly question came from. She goes, "From the aloe plant." Well, I knew about the aloe plant. I had been in a skincare company for about 3 months, gone really well, but I decided to go into banking instead of selling that, which was probably a really bad idea. Anyway, it was the aloe plant that grabbed me 30 years ago. So what happened was on the weekend, I thought about, what I was going to do to change my life because Tony Robbins would tell me I could have it all. And I thought, maybe this company that Linda's with maybe that's could be my ticket out. Who knows? So anyway, I called her on Monday and I said, "Linda, I'd like to know more about your business." Well, mistake. She was down to the bank in about 10 minutes, and she's got the guy in that recruited her into the business, and they're in my office. I'm going, "Oh, good grief." So we go for coffee, and I'm looking at these folders and I'm thinking, well, this doesn't look very exciting. It's just, pictures of bottles of supplements. But they brought me a load of information, and I mean an armload, because I guess they figured out, "God, this lady's got a good job. She's gonna this would be amazingly exciting." And they were quite right, actually. But anyway, I took all this stuff home. I put in this one video. It was a VHS. That's how long ago it was. It was a great big tape like this. I took that home with all the other stuff, and I played it. First time I played it, I thought, "Are you kidding me? I just struck gold." I played it 5 times. My son was with me. He was about, in his teens. I made him watch it with me. And when I saw what that tape said, it said they had discovered the secret of the aloe plant and they had patented that discovery. And I thought, I don't know what they're doing with this, but if this is true, I just struck gold. Well, it was true, and I did strike gold. So anyway, I joined the company. I really wasn't planning on quitting my job at that time. Really wasn't. I mean, I had good income and whatever. So, but then I got on the products. Well, you see, I thought I was healthy. I had no idea how unhealthy I was. Just because I could get up every morning and go to work and do my day. But Paul and I were couch potatoes at night. On the weekend, we didn't want to see anybody. We were tired and stressed and, you name it. But I got on the products and my energy just increased like crazy. And I actually did have breathing problems, but I didn't think about that. I just thought, well, that's just the way it was. And, so I had these breathing problems. But anyway, I felt better and better and better. And now, Paul, if you don't mind me incorporating a couple of our stories in here, because stories are so fun. Paul, when he was in his late teens, had been in a really serious car accident. And I mean, he was given his last rites. And when they found him, and one leg was around his neck, I mean, he was like broken. And so he was in the hospital for about between 3 and 4 months, because back in the day, they put you in traction, and that's just how it went. So anyway, the doctor said to him at the time, because he was only 19, he said, "It's a good thing you've got a job in the bank, because you've probably got like really good medical care and whatnot." He says, "Because you'll probably be in a wheelchair by the time you're in your early 30s or 40s with the injuries that you've had." Like he was just so broken. And so anyway, we were now in our early 40s. And truly, when Paul got up in the morning, he looked like an 80-year-old man. You know, just we kind of went with it as it grew. And but he'd lean on the wall, and by the time he got his body moving, you know, he'd be okay, but totally stiff and very sore in the morning. Well, we got him on the products, and I'm watching him. And honestly, it was probably within a couple of months, he's hopping out of bed like a 16-year-old. I'm thinking, holy moly. And then what happened was we had a really bad storm here, a big snowstorm. Well, Paul was outside shoveling snow for a good 2 to 3 hours. And I thought, well, for sure, he's going to be on his back for at least 3 days. Like, this is going to put him right out. Nothing. He took the Sport, one of our products, and I had him on the other products. And honestly, it was like a miracle that he was fine. So anyway, what happened then was that I did, you know, do this part-time. And after a year, I went out for breakfast with Paul, and I said to him, I made a decision. He goes, what's that? Now, Paul is very conservative, banker, that guy. I said, I've decided I'm going to quit my job and do Mannatech full-time. And he says, don't you think we should have discussed this? But he knew me, he knows me. I'm very headstrong. I made my decision. And I just thought, if, you know, if I can get this far, this kind of income within 12 months, while working full-time for the bank, which was like 12 hours a day, imagine how well I could do doing Mannatech full-time. So I did quit my job. It felt so wonderful. And I started my Mannatech career. So that was 29 years ago. I've never looked back. I've made a full-time income that whole time. Not to say that I didn't have lumps and bumps. I did. But it was just like, honestly, the best decision I ever made for my health, for our family, for time freedom. The trips that we've had with this company are too numerous to mention. And I'm not kidding. I've been to South Africa, all paid by the company. We got to see M5M there live, worked with the children. It was just incredible. And saw all of Cape Town. Oh my God, what the most beautiful city. We've been on numerous Alaskan boat cruises. I've been to Hawaii so many times that I couldn't even count it, 15 times, maybe all paid by the company, 5-star all the way. Boat cruises, Punta Cana. I mean, I was not expecting all of that when I joined this company. All I wanted to do was go on a boat cruise, right? Remember? So anyway, that is my story. And I tell you that because, first of all, I really enjoy telling it, and it gets me all excited again because it's like starting from the beginning, and I just get all that energy going that I had at the beginning. But also is that it's going to help you with, I think, in approaching different people. Like when we're talking about the business, it's easy for us to, you know, share the products with people that need our products because of their health. I mean, that just makes common sense. But sharing the business can be a little bit tricky, a little bit more uncomfortable. And the people that, you know, we tend to sort of go to are the people that need more money. But please don't disqualify people that have good jobs, because you don't know what's going on in their life. Nobody in the world would have dreamt that I was not happy in my work. It looked like I'd made it, that I was successful. Honestly, the best thing that ever happened to me was getting out of that job. And so I don't want you to just prejudge people. You do not know what's going on in their life. You don't know until you ask them. Maybe they'd like a switch. And another little key thing here is that women in their 40s, early 40s, that is a time in their life. This is a common thing where they make changes in their career. Because quite often what happened is they got into a career in their 20s, and then they started having children, and they had to work that job to pay the bills with their spouse, and then when they get to their 40s, things have settled down a bit. The kids are maybe into high school, and they just feel a little bit of freedom, and they're looking for something that they really want to do. So this is a really good age. Like a lot of the people that I've recruited into the business were at that age. They were mature enough and old enough to know they weren't going to make it with what they were doing. And mature enough to take this kind of work on, where you needed some confidence and you needed some belief in yourself, and those kind of the things that I'm going to talk about right now, because it just seems that no matter how old we get, sometimes we just don't have that confidence that we really need. And it just drives me insane, because it's just like a head job. So there's my story. So now, this is all for you to help build your, if you were been with Mannatech for a long time, like many of my team have. I've been there for 30 years. Most of my big builders have been here for 25 to 30 years. That is unheard of, by the way, in the industry. Unheard of. And the reason is people stay with Mannatech so long is because the products are so, so, so incredible, and they work. And I haven't missed them for 30 years. Just so you know, I'm 71 and I feel 20. I'm not on any pharmaceutical drugs. I have energy to burn. I always feel happy and excited. I can work out. There's our Peloton back here. I work out there pretty much every day. I can go for 2 hours, no problem. I mean, my body is just like this incredible machine. And I just know it's because of the Mannatech products. And what Mannatech products do, they just give your body the nutrition your body needs. So your body wasn't meant to get sick. It was not meant to have all these incredibly horrific diseases that are floating around today. Your body just needs good nutrition, and it can function properly. Something that I used to do in my Mannatech presentations is I'd get an old plant that was dying, and I'd pick it up and I'd say, look at this poor plant. What does it need? It needs some water. It really needs something liquid, right? So I'd take a can of pop and I'd go to pour it into the plant, and everybody would just go, what are you doing? You're not going to get that plant pop. And I said, and then I'd look at the audience and say, I didn't feel very comfortable, did it? Well, would you give your dog pop? No. Oh, interesting. Would you give your kids pop? Would you drink pop? Think about that just for a second. Like, one part of our brain goes, no, 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 that's the worst thing you could do. The other part of your brain's going, well, it tastes good, and that's what we do. But I had one girl in the audience, and she said, I was actually with Coca-Cola. I said, would you drink this Coca-Cola? And that was Lynn. She goes, if you put some rum in that, I'd have it. I'd drink it. So that was cute. Anyway, so what I'm going to get down to now is your belief in the company, in your belief system. And what is, if there's something holding you back, what is it? And this is so, 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 so important. So there's 5 things that you have to have 100% belief in. And that is, first of all, the company. You got to believe that you are with the best company, with the best products. And there's going to be like not even 1 inch of doubt, pardon me, for you being with the right company and products. I'll put those 2 together, and products. So for me, I've been here for 30 years. There is nothing you could say that would tell me that these aren't the best products on the market. We've got the patents, over 150 patents that have been registered. Still 90 some are still in place, because after 20 years, they don't work anymore or whatever, but Mannatech's always making new patents. No other company has that in our industry. The products, we know they work. And so I just thought, well, we were talking about product, I would talk about our new skincare. And I know you've got it in Australia now. So isn't that exciting? So just to show you, if you haven't bought it already, shame on you, because you are going to love this product. There's your face wash. So I use that twice a day. And by the way, it says don't put around your eyes. This takes all my makeup off. Like for a while there, because it said don't use around your eyes, I thought I couldn't. So I was looking around for some kind of other, cleanse to take my makeup off. But honestly, you guys, I've been using it now for a month and a half, cleaning my face, and it takes all of my makeup off, eye makeup and everything. So what I do is I have 2 tubes. I put one at my sink, and then I put one in my shower. So I just in the morning, pardon me, yeah, in the morning, I just wash my face with that. And then at night I can, have the other one. So I just find that convenient. So then we've got the toner, and oh my gosh, this is not like a toner that you are used to that would, so many people say, oh, I can't use the toner. It's too drying. It does something to my skin. This toner does not do that. This is a moisturizing toner. Now, I'm not your ingredient girl, so I don't know the ingredients, and I have to I do have to learn that a little bit, but it is incredible. And I'm almost thinking I need a second bottle of this because I go through it so much because I do the little spritzer. Then there's your fabulous moisturizer, and it's just so light and lovely. I use that twice a day. And then there's this other cream that, we would think of it as a night cream. Look at these beautiful containers. They're just magnificent. But it's heavy cream, but I love it. I mean, I do it twice a day, and you should. If you're going to use this skincare, do it twice a day. Don't be stingy, because you know what else? It's incredibly affordable. Like, I have spent way more than this on skincare. A quick fun story. One Christmas, my husband said to me, I was using Lancome at the time. I said, what can I get you for Christmas? You never know what to buy you. So I said, well, you could buy me my moisturizer and my night cream from Lancome. And he goes, well, that's not much. Like, what else can I get you? And I said, well, Paul, I think you'll find that's probably enough. It was for 1 month, $350. So, and then after using it for a few years, I got this rash on my face. I couldn't use it anymore. This skin cream set lasts for more than 2 months. The price point is incredible. So if you haven't got it yet, get it. And yeah, I could totally see, like Sharon said, Amanda, like I can see you're using it. That's right. You can absolutely see the difference. So that's my little push on the products. Then you've got to have 100% belief in the compensation plan. You've got to know that, yes, people can make money with this compensation plan. And there's been a lot of upgrades to it recently. So if you haven't had a good look lately, go back and, maybe Sharon, this is a course you guys can do on Saturday, is do a comp plan training. And maybe you have, I don't know, but it's incredible. People make money. Like I said, I've been making a full-time income for the last 30 years, and definitely this business pays. What I love about the money is it's up to you how much you want. If you want a little bit to pay for your product, great. If you want, full-time income, great. If you want crazy income, great. It's up to you. That was one of the reasons I, left the bank, is that my income was so not in my control. Not at all. I mean, if we got a raise, sometimes it could be as stupid as like $200 a year. You're working your butt off. So I loved that I was in control of my income. You also have to believe in our business model, network marketing. You have to be 100% okay with that. I know there's flack out there from that, by people that don't understand how this works. It is the most fair business plan on the planet. And when I was first looking at the company, I really didn't understand network marketing. I knew direct sales. I'd done that, for a very short period of time, and it did pay quite handsomely. But I didn't understand this, the multiplication part of the business. And then I read, after I'd been in the business for about a month, I read Don Falia's book. It was the 45-second napkin presentation. And when I read that book, it was like, oh, are you kidding me? I'm a banker. I've done business loans for people. I know what it takes. The money you have to invest. You put everything on the line. You put a mortgage on your house. I looked at this, and he explained the multiplication part, the duplication. And I thought, this is the best business plan on the face of this earth. And now, like, what is it, $50 to get in? Right now they got a bit of special. Oh, Don Falia, this is the name of the book. We'll get that to you. It's Don Falia, the 45-second napkin presentation is the old name. He's now done a newer version, but yeah, that book just blew my mind. That's when I got it. I got it then. And then the last one of the 5 is you have to have belief in you. And that's what I want to talk about a little bit more today, is because so often we just think we can't do it. And that's not uncommon. Like that is the most common thing in the world for you to have, not the, what's the word I'm looking for? Not the belief in yourself that you need. And that is so, 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 so crazy. Here's the thing about our industry is that anybody can do it. This is the beauty. You don't need a degree. You don't need years of experience in college. I remember once I went to took my mom to a doctor, and she looked like a young woman, but she was a heart surgeon. And I said to her, how long have you been in school? After grade 12, she'd been in school for 17 years to get her degree. 17 years. Oh my gosh, you guys, you know how long it takes to learn our business? I don't know, a month max. Most of it's all done for you with tools and whatnot. So, but we still do have that, that belief problem. I know that it's real for us in our minds. So what I have done for myself over the years is read books. I've read so many books. I never did in high school. I was a terrible student. No wonder I even graduated. But once I got into this business, I just became like a learning maniac. And I've read so many books, but I'm going to give you 2 books that I'm telling you, if you read these and you absorb them like your college degree, you will have success here. First one is The Magic of Thinking Big. That is such a fabulous book. And I wrote down the author. And you can always download these right into your Kindle. You could have it like today, right now. David Schwartz, Schwartz. So The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. And so here's what he says. Make my notes, please. Okay, of course. Believe you can succeed, and you will. Believe that you can't, and you will. Like that's just the scary part, right? So what can hold you back? So here's 3 beliefs that can hold you back. And like I say, there's a big fat book written about this and everyone's read it. Millions of copies have gone around the world. So if you're struggling with some of this stuff, don't feel like, oh, it's me, it's everybody. We have to work on this stuff because we've been, since we were little wee children, we've been told lots of bad stuff, like lots of stuff that holds you back. You're not good enough. You can't do that. Oh no, you can't do that. We've been told all this garbage our whole lives. And to fight against that is difficult because your brain kind of naturally goes to the negative. Isn't that so sad to think? But you've got the power to take it to the positive. And that's what I've always, loved the most about my business is helping people go from where they think they can't to that they think they can. I love that. So so the 3 beliefs that they talk about here. Number 1 is believe you can succeed and you will. So you've got to do some, talking to yourself. You've got to do some mind work. And so when you hear your little brain, that little voice on the side here saying, oh, you can't do this. You just go, oh yeah, no, I can do this. This I can do. See, when I started Mannatech, what happened to me is I saw other people had reached presidential. And my first thing was, if they can do it, I can do it. Like they're just people like me, which they were. They weren't anything incredible. They were just people. And I saw them succeed and I thought, well, if they can, I can. And I believed that in my head. And my sister and I started the same day. Luckily, she was on my team because I dragged her to the meeting. And we shook hands. We made a pact and we said, okay, no matter what, we're not quitting for at least a year. And then about a week later, we shook hands again. We said, okay, no matter what, we're not quitting for at least 2 years. Like we made that decision. No matter what, we weren't quitting. And so then we started our Mannatech career and both of us got to presidential and found freedom out of our jobs. She was a 911 operator, hugely stressful, 12-hour, horrible shifts. And she got out of that job as well. So it was just incredible. We would both, succeed. But it was only because we made that decision. That's number 1, make the decision. And then we just worked so hard to learn everything that we needed to learn. And we used to have a course that we taught, we called it Stumbling to Success. That's what our Our course was called Stumbling to Success, and that's what we did. We just made so many mistakes, you have no idea. And the company was so new, they didn't really have a track to run on, so we had to figure everything out. And we did, you know, through thick and thin, and lots of mistakes along the way. Number 2 is remind yourself that you're better than you think. That to me is great. Like, people are so hard on themselves. Just think you are better than you think. And that's all, because you're as good as the next guy. There's no difference. Another little tip is, you know, when you're afraid to approach somebody, just get scared. I know, I've been there, yes. Everyone's scared. The person you're approaching is scared. So don't give them the power. You've got all the answers for their solutions. And so just remember that they're scared too. So don't be afraid of approaching people, because we're all in the same crazy, crazy boat. Number 3 is believe big. Yeah, the size of your success is determined by the size of your belief. So don't think little. Here's the thing. In our industry, this is why I love it so much. There's no glass ceiling. There's no, oh, somebody's calling me. And I want to know who they are. Get rid of that. Yes. What was I saying? Believe big. The size of your success determined by the size of your belief. In our industry, this is so the truth. Like, there's no glass ceiling. Nobody can tell you what you can make. Nobody can stop you from. I mean, the thing is, if you want to make really good money, you've got to work hard. It's not hard work, but it has to be done. Like, hard work in the bank was hard work. I was at my desk with stacks of files, and every stack was some kind of problem, or things weren't going well and it was out of your control. Here, everything's in your control. The products are done for us. The money, the pay is done for us. The customer service is done for us. The inventory is done for us. You don't have to do anything except open your mouth and share. So you can think as big as you want. It's up to you. If you just want, to cover your products, there's nothing wrong with that. If you've got a job you love, that is fabulous. That is the answer to a happy life. But if you want more, if you want a better life, if you want to get rid of your mortgage, if you want to help your kids get rid of their mortgage, there's no glass ceiling. You can do whatever you want. Okay, so, then there's the excuses. This is a good one. Okay, and I got this from The Magic of Thinking Big. The 4 most common excuses that would actually kind of surprise you. This first one, really, I didn't even get it. It says, the first excuse is, my health isn't good enough. Well, I know a lot of people that really aren't as sick as they think they are, but all they talk about is how sick they are. And they use their health as an excuse. Now, honestly, some people are really, really sick, and my heart goes out to them, and that's for sure. But honestly, there's a lot of people that aren't, and they just think, I don't know, I didn't even know this would be one of the foremost excuses, but it says that. So here's the thing. If you're using your health as an excuse, it says, refuse to talk about your health. Like, there's somebody in my family, not my husband and my kids, but in our circle, that all she talks about is, every single time I talk to her, she's got a different ailment every single time. If she's not tired, she's sick, she's got a cough, her leg hurts, her foot hurts, or whatever, every single time. And that's her thing. So refuse to worry about your health and be genuinely grateful that your health is this good. So I'm not going to belabor that one because it's very personal for people, but just surprised me. Number 2, I'm not smart enough. And, that could go for some jobs, for sure. I mean, I couldn't be a brain surgeon, let's put it that way. But when it comes to our business and our company and our whole industry, that is not an argument, because you don't even have to be smart to do this. All you have to do is care about people, open your mouth, share the news. The company's got the videos. The company's figured out the compensation plan. The company's done everything. You don't have to do anything. You don't even have to learn about the products. You know why? There's videos on all the products. So I've never, in all my 30 years, ever learned about ingredients of products. It's just not in me to care. I just don't care. I want to know, and this is like 95% of the people you talk to, if I take this product, what am I going to feel? What's it going to do for me? That's what most people care about. And so just remember that you don't have to be smart to do this. That's the beauty, right? You can just get in there, dig in, have a grade 8 education, and go for it. If you're excited, it's going to work for you. If you believe in the company, the product, yourself, the comp plan, you're going to have success. Everybody will have success. Okay, this is a good one. I use this for a little while. I'm too old or I'm too young. So that's an excuse. And I'm going to tell you, I had this struggle because I'm 71 and I'm thinking, everybody's got 65 as their age that they want to retire. You know what people don't think about? What are you going to do when you retire? Like, what are you going to do with your day? And so many people have said that to themselves for like 30, 40 years. When I retire, like something's different's going to happen. Well, you still can't get up in the morning. You got to fill your day. And what I found was that my most passionate thing to do is my Mannatech business, is being with my team, being with my leaders, helping people with their health. I thought when I retired that I would probably want to golf 3 days, 3 days a week. And I don't know, I never just want to pick up knitting or do anything like that. But so I went golfing and I found that once a week is good enough for me. It's very painful. And, I might take up pickleball. One of my sisters is all for that. But honestly, it's a big, long day that you're filling. Are you just going to sit there and watch TV, or are you going to do something that's fun and exciting and meaningful? And something else that came to me is that I've got 30 years of experience with these products, with this company, with the hundreds of books that I've read, with the thousands and thousands of dollars that I've spent on my own personal development. Am I just going to let that stop? No, it's my turn to give back. And let's not forget N5M. I mean, feeding all those children. We just have to take product, get healthy, make money, and we are already doing good in the world. We don't even have to think about it. It's automatically part of the process. So you can't be greedy when you get to my age and keep all this knowledge to yourself. No, you've got to fill your day. And I've realized my passion is Mannatech and my people and my people that need good health. So I don't think I'll ever retire. Number 4 is I attract bad luck. Well, that's just stupid. I'm sorry. That is just, I can't believe these are the 4 most important excuses that people use. I attract bad luck. See, that's a game in your brain. So, see, I know that I've gone into things and I just think, well, I'm going to win. I just have that feeling I'm just going to win. Well, it's my brain telling me, yes, you are going to win. It says, nothing happens without a cause. So this is a game within your power. And this is another really good lesson at this time in our life when I've had as much ups and downs and lessons in my life, is that no matter what happens in your life, it's either going to help you get forward or it's going to teach you something. It's never going to be bad. It's either going to move you forward or teach you something to help you move forward. It's that simple. So nothing bad ever happens. So I attract bad luck, like that one's out of here. Doesn't work. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, the other book, how are we doing for time? Oh, it's taking a lot more time than I thought, Sharon.
That's great.
So,
Perfect.
We're going, baby. We're doing it. Okay, so the last book that I want to share with you that I fell in love with this book. And this is the funniest story. It's called Unstoppable Self-Confidence by Andrew Leadham. And many of you will know and remember Andrew Leadham because what happened was I read his book, Unstoppable Self-Confidence. And I thought, this is without a doubt the best book I've ever read on self-confidence. So I started doing a blog on it and I just, chapter after chapter. and I do a blog on it to teach people about this incredible book. Well, Andrew Leadham, the author from England, made a comment on one of my my blogs, and I go, am I going to be in trouble? Like if I just done something on the copyright or whatever? But no, he was tickled pink, because what happened then is Mannatech heard about it, and the lady that was in charge of all trainings for Mannatech brought Andrew in, and he did a 9-week course for us on his book. It was just incredible. So I'm telling you, this could be your first book to read, Unstoppable Self-Confidence. So chapter 1 says the key to unlocking your natural success. So you all have it, you guys, you all have it. You just have to unlock it. You just have to let it come out. Chapter 2 is how to win the battle for control over your mind. And that to me is the most important thing I can tell you, is that you have control over your mind. And he teaches you in that book how to get control over your mind. So for instance, if you're in one of those modes where you're in a negative spiral, and that can happen to all of us, like you think one bad thing and then it seems like every bad thing that's going on right now in your life gets attached to it, and you start going down. Well, he teaches you how to find your happy place. And it can be anything. It can be any moment in your life that was so special and so wonderful and so happy that when you think about it, all you feel is joy. And here's another big tip of the day. You can only think about one thing at a time. You cannot think about two things at a time. So if you get into that negative spiral, like my happy place was Waikiki Beach, only because I'd been there so many times, and I could picture every almost grain of sand. I can picture the catamarans that sit there and they take people out. There's 2 of them, and I can just picture it. So if I'm in one of those moments, I just close my eyes. I just go to Waikiki and I'm on the beach. Now I'm on the beach in a happy place, hearing the waves, seeing the sun on the water. And I've forgotten all about that negativity. So you've got that much power. You guys all have it. And chapter 3 was becoming unstoppable, the mindset of the 1%ers. This was the key of the book. And he starts out talking about the 1%ers in the book. So the 1%ers are the people that you look at and think, oh, they're just winners. Like no matter what they touch, it turns to gold. They just never seem to have bad moments. Everything works out for them, And here it is. You all can be 1%ers. It says the 1%ers aren't a different species. It is simply that the 1%ers have either relaunched or never lost the natural confidence and success mindset that we all have and started out with when we started our life. And so it's there within you to be a 1%er. And you can be that winning person. And see, with our company, with our products, with our leaders, like you've got Sharon and Diana, and I can't remember the gentleman's name that was on first too. I'm so sorry.
Gary. Gary, his internet dropped out.
Yeah, you guys, every week you do this for your team. It blows my mind. All these years you've kept this call going. You are amazing, amazing leaders. And so through your leadership and with the people that come on your calls to support your team and the people that are in Australia and Australasia, you're helping them become 1%ers. And I just want you all to know you can all be 1%ers. It's within you. It was always there. You just lost it the way, maybe because, things that happen in school, your parents or whatever. Let's not leave our poor parents out of this. I had the best parents ever. But, whatever beat it out of you over the years, it's still there and you can get it back. It just takes a bit of study, read these books, put it into practice, and just work with this amazing company and just find all the freedom you're looking for with your health, with your wealth, and with your mission in life. So yeah, with that, I think I've said it all, Sharon.
There's so much gratitude in the chat. It's just the chat's going off, and we've got lots of links in there, so I'll put them in YouTube for everybody when I post the video. But does anybody have any questions for Amanda? No pressure. It was very full, wasn't it? We all probably feel like you got to go study.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, go be like Amanda. I
The
don't think
books,
there's
by
any
the way,
questions.
those two books are a real easy read. They're just full of stories all the way through. They are so interesting. You won't put them down. It's just an easy read. And you can get them with Kindle. In 2 seconds, you could be reading it.
Yeah, no, they're inspired. They're probably off to do their Mannatech business, I suspect. So Amanda, God bless you. Thank you so very much. 40, 45 minutes is a good length of time anyway for people who are investing their time later to catch up and refresh. They'll probably listen to this more than once, I suspect, Amanda. So thank you very much for being here, and everybody have a fantastic weekend.
My
Bye,
pleasure.
everyone.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.
Thanks, Amanda.
Bye now. Okay, so